Welcome to Budapest. We travel because we fall in love with people and places. 10 good reasons is all it takes. 10 reasons that awaken all our senses. Let us discover together, admire, grasp, breathe in and savor the best of Budapest. Reason number 1. History. The Hungarian language doesn't quite fit into the European mold. Hungarian lands have been trespassed by way too many other than its natives, who were also migratory tribes. Celts, Romans, Vandals, Goths, Huns, Ostrogoths, Gepids, Lombards, Avars, Kutchigers, Tatars, Slavs, and Charlemagne himself plundered through, before the Hungarian or the Magyar tribes reclaimed the rights as direct descendants of Attila the Hun. Later came the Mongols, the Ottomans, Austria, Romania and Germany, who devastated, but some lingered. Budapest became Hungary's capital in 1361, when King Béla fortified it and built his royal palace on the Buda Hills. A third of Hungary's ethnic population now lives elsewhere. After the World Wars considerably diminished its territory. Communism added insult to injury. Though after a few decades of growth, Hungary joined the European Union in 2004. Hungarians have one of the most heightened sense of national pride and have faithfully safeguarded their ancestral traditions for centuries. Reason number 2. Buda. Originally established as the fort against invasions and as a royal seat, Buda, the part of Budapest resting on the higher hills, reunites several outstanding historical buildings: the Buda Royal Castle, the Fisherman's Bastion, Matthias' Church, and the statue of Saint Stephen. Influenced by the Italian Renaissance, Buda became a place of knowledge and learning. By 1849, the first permanent bridge between Buda and Pest was built, a first also for the Danube, and these two halves were united with Óbuda, the Old Buda, a few decades later to form the grand city of Budapest. To its illustrious medieval structures, the Hungarian National Gallery and several additional museums, churches, fountains, and statues were added. Without a doubt, though, while visiting these outstanding places, one of the most breathtaking happenings is the view over the Danube, and over the other side of this splendid capital, its half called Pest. This duality and unity makes Budapest one of the most beautiful capitals in the world. Reason number 3. Pest. 2/3 of Budapest are on the Pest side, which is also the oldest. Known even before the Romans as a Celtic settlement, Pest was destroyed by Tatars and by the Danube, but rose again as the most modern half, and home to the House of Nation, as Hungarians call their parliament building. Neo-Gothic and Renaissance revival on the outside, and Neo-Baroque on the inside. The parliament is, by size, the third of its kind after the ones in Buenos Aires and Bucharest, and was symbolically inaugurated on the presumed 1000th anniversary of the nation. Hungary was the first in the world where the parliament had supremacy over the king. The Holy Crown of Hungary, though, can be seen there on public display. The iconic building has close to 700 rooms and stands over 300 feet tall, is completely symmetrical with double of everything, and one half is open to visitors, who also have access to the adjacent open Hero Square. Although the Parliament building steals the show in Budapest, the city has an insane amount of worthy, beautiful buildings to admire and explore. Reason number 4. Architecture. Be it by night or by day, architecture watching can be extremely rewarding in Budapest. Although large, a good part of the city is walkable, or just a short tram ride away, and full of surprises. Have fun exploring. Art Nouveau, in the Hungarian secession style, has worthy representatives in the gorgeous buildings of the Postal Savings Bank or the Grecian Palace. A neo-Renaissance style can be seen in the build of the Opera House, while the Parisian Passage is a worthy example of Orientalism. The Turkish invasion has left its footprint in the thermal public baths, still in use today. On Buda's side, the genial yet controversial architect of the Matthias Church has reinterpreted its original Gothic, adding elements of his own, as well as original Romanesque details uncovered during the restoration. In addition to the neo-Gothic and Baroque of the mother building of them all, the Parliament, Budapest is one of the most photogenic cities in the world that can be embraced all at once, with open views and impressive facades, all strung along the majestic Danube. and ultimately contemporary and ultra-modern buildings are dotting Budapest's landscape as well. There is something to appreciate for everyone. Reason number 5, New York Café. Let us slip through time, maybe about 130 years back, to be more precise, and imagine us witnessing the opening of the New York Life Insurance Company at a time when no elaborate decor was too much. Oversized sculptures, devilish fonts, marble columns, impressive chandeliers, red velvet chairs and balustrades, golden trims, and golden embellished stucco, wrought iron balconies, and more light than many a room had seen at that time. But this public space is way more than just a room. It spreads over 2 high-ceiling floors with terraces, balconies, and winding staircases, making any $10 cup of coffee seem like a bargain. With documented visits from illustrious poets of the era, artists, writers, and most probably all the creme de la creme of Budapest's high society, this establishment has endured the ravages of time, claiming attention from wealthy investors who readily polished its bronze trims over and over again. Part of the Boscolo Hotel today, it will pop up on searches as the New York Café, no matter who owns it, because its celebrity status and verve can't be denied. Reason number 6, the Danube. In Budapest, the Danube is like the elephant in a room. It's impossible not to see it. But Budapest is not the only European capital that counts with this majestic river as its companion. 3 other capitals are located on its banks: Vienna, Bratislava, and Belgrade, while the river runs through or along a total of 9 countries. It is the largest river in Europe minus Russia and stems from the Black Forest, only to run into the Black Sea. It is also part of a system of natural and artificial rivers and canals that unite the North Sea with the Black Sea from Rotterdam to Constanza, respectively. It is to be expected that, aside from cargo ships, many kinds of cruises, be it local or transiting through several countries, are active on the Danube, lasting days or weeks. The most popular is the Vienna to Budapest cruise, and the Danube banks in Budapest have been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. About 70 cruises operate each day on the Danube, some of them even running from Germany to Romania. The choice is yours. Reason number 7, Hungary. Budapest is the capital of a stunning piece of land, the country of Hungary. With such a romantic and artistic capital, it is more than fitting that the country is as magical. Its countryside is what makes Hungary even more beautiful than Budapest, if that is at all possible. Starting with the Puszta, these endless plains are where so many migrating tribes have violently passed through, just to leave behind a horse-riding nation that not only rides, but also takes pride in keeping alive the customs, garb, and the manner of being of their ancestors. Hungarian horses are not only bred for sports, but also for traditional warfare and labor, and thus the country has several breeds that are natively Magyar. Aside from its own breeds of horses, you can see local breeds of cattle, like the Hungarian Grey, with its long sinuous horns, or the Raka sheep, with spiral twisted long horns, who both look splendid on camera, I have to say. And then come the flowers and the bees, the ethereal pipach or poppy, lavender fields, the Hungarian gentian, the lovely peonies, and tall grasses, meadows, vineyards, and charming villages with onion spires and thatched roofs, and where people cook some of the best food ever. Last but not least, Hungary's pride, the Lake Balaton, largest in Central Europe and a place for relaxation. I've always been fascinated with large spaces, and Balaton surely affords you this feeling of contained infinity. Reason number 8, Gulyás. If there is a Hungarian word that everyone understands, it is gulyás. Though, to be fair, along with it, paprika also left its mark. I haven't yet found a country that doesn't use, or at least knows, of this red powder that comes from sweet Hungarian red peppers. Funny though, the spice is not native, but was introduced by the Turks. Later on, Hungarians were the first to develop a sort that is not spicy, but very flavorful, thus making Hungarian paprika the best one. I sincerely love Hungarian food, and visiting a local market, such as the Great Market Hall, is always a delight. Back to gulyás. It is definitely the nation's to-go stew or soup, made of chunks of beef, slowly cooked in a broth containing potatoes, onions, peppers, and carrots, plus a healthy amount of spices, paprika included. The best kind is the one cooked in a cauldron over an open fire. Since the dish requires slow cooking, the smoke of the burning wood adds to its flavor. Gulyás, though, is not the only dish that will make you lick your plate. Stuffed peppers, chicken paprikash, fisherman's soup, meat palacinta, langos, stuffed kaposta rolls, sour cherry soup, sausages, dumplings, and pretty much whatever else your heart desires. It's all there. Reason number 9. Cakes. If the dishes Hungarians cook have left you wondering how to get there, let me give you one more good reason to hurry up. Hungarian sweets, particularly cakes and pastries. Hungarian pastries are often fried in oil, what makes them so delicious and addictive. And then there are these breads, healthy-looking little loaves, and you better not be on a keto diet. Still, let me reiterate once again. I don't know of a country that makes better cakes, the sort of cakes you eat at a fancy coffee shop, a confiserie, with a cup of tea or a cappuccino, dressed up in your Sunday frock. Why? Because the place I have in mind truly resembles a movie set, cut out of a romantic feel-good story. I'm talking about Jabo in particular. Although Budapest has its share of many elegant coffee shops, as we already mentioned, Jabo, though, is where I found each and every cake I ever wanted. From the kingly dobos tort to the crémeux millefeuille with egg cream, both heavenly, to the chestnut puree with whipped cream, these 3 have to land on your bucket list. It is a must. Many countries in Europe have similar desserts. I do find, though, that even when mass-produced, Hungarian ones conserve a taste of home. Reason number 10. Tokaj. Tokaj and palinka are 2 quintessential Hungarian items that you need to familiarize yourself with before getting there. Palinka is a strong brandy that you need to leave to the experts unless you want to grow hair on your chest. Personally, I love it. Now, Tokaj is a lot milder, a fine, elegant dessert wine on the sweet side that really embodies the gentleness we find in Hungarian arts and crafts, where colorful flowers are present pretty much everywhere. Tokaj is not the only famous local wine. For red wine lovers, there is the bull's blood, a full-body red with strong ties to Hungarian legends of victories on the battlefield. Wine is called bor in Hungarian, and it seems that their tradition of making wine was brought along from Asia and predates the arrival of the Romans in Pannonia. The sweet Tokaj has been recognized for centuries as an exceptionally tasting wine, and was even named King of Wines by the finicky Louis XIV of France. The wine is said to be fermented in small barrels in cave-like cellars of volcanic ash, and the grapes are harvested very late, towards the end of the autumn, to produce the sweetness desired. After the 1989 revolution, a heightened attention has been given to the cultivation of grapes that originated in Hungary, and to the production of highly priced wines. A good reason to return, often. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Next time, you might also want to fall in love with this next destination over there. Thank you.